Alright, just gonna keep it rolling. Alright, so this video right here, this might be a little bit more of a serious video where I'm trying to joke in the beginning. So, hi, if you are new here, if you're not, hey, I'm Karen. Well, I would say I was trying to like stray away from stuff like this. I had no clue when I was gonna start talking about stuff like this, but with more and more of the dreams that I'm having, I'm starting to feel, and the things that I'm seeing on YouTube just from other people, from other channels, from other people compiling news like Jason A, or what's the other lady's name? Oh my gosh, she got some crazy titles. But when you go and watch her videos, you'd be like, dang, she just kept it real and she broke it down. I'll have to stick her name over here because I literally just found her yesterday. As I was working, I like to have something to listen to when I'm doing like graphics and stuff, just to kind of, you know, keep me going, keep me motivated, keep my mind in the right place. So yeah, I'm not sure when did I had this dream sometime right after I had my son Blake, and quite personally, being pregnant with Blake was, I guess you can say, it was my spiritual awakening moment of me coming closer to God. And I would say I came closer to God first before I did with Jesus. And this is just something I'm starting to ask now and talk to God and talk to Jesus about in regards to where he stands. And I just having a whole understanding, because everything I read about the Bible is always God, 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 God. And I just wanted to get a better idea of like how I should be praising Jesus, if you get what I mean. So it's just, that's something I'm gonna start working on, doing videos on, and because I can't possibly be the only person struggling with that. Like, I just can't. And I know that was probably like one of my biggest things that I honestly had an issue with for the longest, and made me lean more to Islam than it did to Christianity. So my dream that I had this shortly after I had my son Blake, and I remember dreaming that I wasn't on the ground. I was looking at, like, if you can imagine probably being like a helicopter or something like that, but I wasn't in one, but I'm just trying to have you picture the level. I was at that level looking down, and all I saw were, like, honestly, there had to be like over 20 tornadoes touching the ground. Like, it was just coming out the sky, touching the ground, touching the ground, touching the ground, touching the ground, just somewhere everywhere. And I think that was probably one of the dreams. I woke up and I was so scared and I was crying. Needless to say, when I did finally watch Jason A, it was just like, man, I was already having these other dreams, and now I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing all the destruction that's going on all over the world. And I'm not just talking about wars. I'm talking about places where water is going missing. All the animals are dying, like it says in Revelation, in the Bible. I think it's in Revelation, where it talks about all that, and it might be also in was it Daniel? Was it Daniel that spoke about it? Or was it was somebody else in the Bible? I can't remember. Anyway, I just know the words. I don't even remember it. So, or was it John? Was it John that lasted at the end? That they thought he died, but he didn't die. They tried to kill him and stone him, and he didn't die. It might have been John. So anyway, one of the apostles. Let's roll with it. Read your Bible, find out for yourself. Anyway, what was my point to this? My point is, I just started seeing all these things that I've been reading, and I'm like, whoa, it's happening all around the world. Here it is. I'm in Georgia. You ain't thinking about fish going dead, animals, antelopes, deer, all birds, all this stuff dropping out of the sky, dying, just like the way it says at the end of the Bible. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And this is coming from somebody who has not, I didn't start reading the Bible until much late in my life. Matter of fact, I really started reading the Bible when I got pregnant with my son, who is right now 4 years old. What I'm saying is, this stuff, it's crazy. Like, this is in the Bible? It confirms more and more and more and more for me that it's like, man, like, if you don't believe, you are living in a freaking bubble. Like, you are into yourself, into the world, and you are not realizing that, yo, a book from over 2,000 years ago predicted all this stuff? I don't care what man translated it. How the hell is this in here and this stuff is going on right now? You cannot deny that fact whatsoever unless you just want to remain ignorant and stubborn. Like, that's the only way. That's just how I feel. I mean, it's just, you gotta literally want to be choosing to be blind and keep living your life. So anyway, moving on. Sorry, let's get back to the video. Dream. So anyway, so I remember waking up from that dream. I don't know, I was probably crying. I was probably scared to death, like, because I've had some other dreams way before this. I remember the first dream I had, I was about the world coming to the end. I was 19. I didn't, was I praying? No, sure wasn't. I was probably sleeping around my boyfriend, all that stuff, drinking, partying hard. Yes, drinking, partying hard. I said it right, 19. Yes. Matter of fact, no, I was 20. I'm sorry, I was 20 because it was 1999 when I had this dream. And yeah, I know you'd be like, oh yeah, but that was the year 2000. No, I had these dreams back to back to back. Every night I went to sleep, it picked up from where it stopped and continued. I started realizing more and more that was my beginning to me having dreams. And anyway, so let's go back to this tornado dream. I was watching YouTube one day, and me just watching all my beauty videos, but that's literally what I was hooked on. I was hooked on watching a whole bunch of makeup videos. And I clicked over to watch, I was like, that's an interesting title, Dreams About Tornadoes. I was like, I had a dream about tornadoes, let me look at it. Yo, I'm listening to this woman talk about her dream, and I started crying because I was like, she was talking about it from being on the ground perspective. I wasn't on the ground, I was up. So I was looking and I could see it from the horizon, like everywhere I looked, there were tornadoes touching the ground. All right, and I look in the comment section, when I tell you, y'all, the list of comments of people who have had dreams of tornadoes, like the way she was describing it, and it was like literally she was describing my dream, but she was describing it from her being down on the ground. I started crying and I started realizing there's a God and our time is changing, and the era, the time that we're living in. I know people like, oh, all throughout the years, people have been saying, oh, God is coming, Jesus is coming, look in the 1800s, Jesus is coming. Yeah, but they neglected that certain things still needed to fall into place. Granted, certain things still, a few more things, hear me this, a few more things still need to fall into place. But it doesn't mean that we are not closer. And keep in mind, if you read the Bible, that's why I'm like, yo, pick up the Bible and ask God to show you where he wants you to read. And just randomly open it, and I promise you, you will start getting blown away. And this isn't to put fear into anybody's heart. This is to open your eyes and to make you aware. And to get you to lean more towards doing all the stuff you feel that you are here called to do. And I'm not talking about making no money and hurry up and finding your man and all that stuff. So who's for you is gonna show up. Ask for it. Still ask for your blessings. Still ask for all these things. Because it tells you in the Bible, when Jesus shows up, people are gonna be doing everything they were already doing, like in the days of Noah. They're gonna be getting married. They're gonna be doing them, snorting, partying, getting drunk, all that stuff. Killing, sacrificing, worshiping their own idols. Yeah, their idols being money, people, their job, their car, their boyfriend, that gay lifestyle, that whatever it is you want to call it and go into. And take it personal if you want to. If I'm naming these things, that's on you. Ask yourself though, why does it trouble you? Because is it naming you? Is it something in you that you know, still just quite don't feel right? And if it doesn't, maybe you should be talking to God about it, and not in the comment section, to help show you and give you the strength to do what it is he's going to be calling you to do. because all of us serve a purpose. Because if you look at the Bible, none of the people who were doing God's work were holy people. They were people who had some pretty messed up backgrounds, and even in between still had some pretty messed up situations. So don't go getting it twisted thinking that, oh, the Bible is all holy. And no, my friend, there's some messed up folks and there's some messed up lives. Trust me. So he loves using people. He loves cleaning up messes. And that's how I see it. When cleanliness is next to godliness, it's because, you know what? The more and more you get closer to God, you can't help it but to get cleaned up. So, anyway, so back to the dream. My whole entire point in sharing this is to start showing you like how connected we really are. But this is the real mind-blowing part, was I remember one morning, I don't remember when it was. It may have been about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago. I'll have to look up when it happened, but it happened in South Georgia. Yeah, I remember one of my old tattoo buddies, he texted me from up north and he was like, yo, I just heard there's like over 20 tornadoes that just touched down the ground in Georgia. And I was like, it did? Because I was asleep. And I looked it up and I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? No warning. Nobody knew it was gonna happen. None of the news, weather folks, whatever they're called, meteorologists. Because at the end of the day, we are still man. We're still human beings. We can't predict everything. Trust that. We can't. So, or maybe they don't want to. Anyway, so my whole entire point is things are changing and they're changing quickly. And if you haven't noticed it or you haven't thought about it, have you thought about how fast time has been going? I know I cannot be the only person. I noticed it. It feels like time is going by faster. Like I swear, like last week, it was just like Monday and I was off by 1 day. I was off like by a day. I thought like yesterday was Thursday and yesterday was Friday. And I was like, because I had a meeting. And I was just like, man, like, don't get so caught up in your life that you don't make time to put God first. Put God first means you woke up first in the morning. Thank you, God. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for keeping me safe through the night. Thank you for me waking up another day. Show me what it is you have for me to do today, oh Lord. You know, just thank Him. You're here another day to serve another purpose. You don't know who you're here to touch. You know, you don't know, like, you don't know. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just sharing this because I'm sure I am not the only person who dreams. I know that. Well, it was. Anyway, I was telling my boyfriend about it and he was like, oh, people have dreams all the time. You know, people have dreams all the time. They have dreams after they eat hot dog. I was like, no. People ain't having the dreams I've been having. I've been having some pretty jacked dreams since I was a kid. And yeah, like, pay attention. Anyway, I think that's it for now. I don't know if any of you out there have had dreams about tornadoes. Even now, like hearing about like all the tornadoes that was like touching down like recently. And what brought this about was watching this other video and the video of the person I listed before, she was talking about that, and that was in September of 2017. She was talking about tornadoes touching down and possibly, you know, she had a dream and it could possibly be affecting New York and with the, you know, with the hurricane and all of that. I was just like, you know what? If you've been praying for this country, if you're not forgiving other people, this is the time. Don't wait. Don't hold back because you ain't hurting nobody. You is not hurting nobody by not forgiving them. You're actually hurting yourself and pulling yourself further away from God. I don't care how much you call yourself believing in God. If you can't forgive other people, then what are you doing? Because that's one of the commandments we're called to do. Matter of fact, when you pray the Lord's Prayer, it says it. Forgive me my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. But all I'm going to say is pay attention, people. Stop acting like we got forever on this earth. And I'm not telling you to stop living. I'm not telling you to live in fear. I'm not telling you to stop asking God for his blessings. I'm not telling you to stop asking for direction. I'm not telling you to stop asking for that husband. I'm not telling you to stop asking for the wife or whatever. It depends on who's watching this video. I don't know. I'm not telling you any of those things, but I am telling you to get your lifestyle right. Get your lifestyle right. He may bless and rain upon everybody, the good and the bad, but guess what? There's other kind of blessings that you want too, and you don't want your conduct, the way you're living against God, because that's what it is when you do your own thing. You're living against God, to block you from what you really supposed to be receiving, all because you want to be hard-headed and stuck in, well, this is how I think my life is, and this is how I am, and get right. Because it's already a process in itself. It's already like work in its own self. Like, don't waste time on things that are not gonna matter when it comes like the next 3 months or 5 years from now, if there's 5 years. Like, get right. Anyway, I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I don't know what this video ended up opening up in you and making you think about. If you feel like sharing it, feel free to share it down in the comment section below. Of course, don't forget to like this video so other people can find my channel here on YouTube and get inspired to like do whatever we are here to do, because we're all here to do something. You here to do something. You need to start asking for direction in it so you can get jumping on it and stop wasting your precious time on frivolous things that won't matter in the long run. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.